Irving's been pretty busy this season with those paintings. All those hallways and elevators. You know what I mean?
It does seem a little strange at first, just another one of his quirks. But there's gotta be more to it than that.
Yeah, and there is. Turns out those paintings are actually a message from Irving's outie.
And we have Felicia to thank for that. When she sees them, she knows right away that it's the exports hall elevator. The one that goes down to the testing floor.
Oh man, the testing floor. That whole thing at the end of season 1 with Gemma. Or Mrs. Casey, I guess.
Chillin' stuff. Who knows what really goes on down there? And the fact that there's an elevator connecting it to the outside world.
Adds a whole other layer to things, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So it seems like Irving's outie is using these paintings to try and reach his innie.
Maybe even trying to warn him about what's down there on that testing floor.
Right, because Irving's trapped inside Lumon. His innie can't just tell the world what he knows. Which brings us to the secret message.
Felicia gives Irving the directions to the exports hall elevator, and he hides them behind a poster in the break room.
And then right before they sever him, he leaves Dylan that message. Hang in there.
It seems so simple, but it's the key to the whole thing.
I love how the writers do that. These tiny details that end up being so important.
Oh, absolutely. And then there's the title of the episode, Trojan Horse.
Which makes you think there's something even bigger going on here, like something's being smuggled in.
And that's where optics and design comes in, that weird conversation about the surgical tools.
Optics and design always seem to be operating outside the rules a little bit. But this is something else entirely.
It almost seems like they're trying to sabotage Lumon.
What do you think they're up to?
Hard to say. But they're definitely playing a dangerous game. Helping Irving on the one hand, but maybe plotting against Lumon on the other.
This season is wild. It's not just about the characters themselves. It's about all these connections and secrets and conspiracies.
It's like Irving and Felicia have set a trap, and Dylan's walking right into it.
And we're right there with him, trying to figure out what's going on.
That testing floor, man, what is going on down there? We've seen little bits and pieces, but it's still a total mystery.
It's like it's outside of Lumon's control almost. Like even the innies know that something's not right about it.
Totally. Remember when Helly finds that map with the testing floor marked on it? Mark freaked out.
Like he wasn't supposed to see that. Like it's this forbidden zone or something.
Even inside Lumon, there are places you're not supposed to go, I guess. And Irving's outie is risking everything to try and expose it.
Which means it has to be bad. Really bad.
Could it be like where they do even more messed up experiments?
Or what if it's where they get rid of people? The ones who don't work out or who ask too many questions.
Exports. That's what gets me. Exports. What are they exporting from there?
Maybe information.
Yeah.
Like they're pulling it out of the severed worker's mind somehow.
Or could it be something physical? Something you can actually touch?
And how does it all connect back to the outside world? What's Irving's outie doing? This whole thing is just one giant puzzle.
And then there's Gemma. Or Miss Casey. Is she even really gone?
I don't know. Her retirement was pretty shady, if you ask me.
Yeah, they showed us them prepping her body, but something about it always felt off.
Now with these paintings in the exports hall, it makes you wonder if they just faked her death to move her out of MDR quietly.
And if they did, what's happening to her down there? Is she a prisoner? Are they experimenting on her?
God, I hope not. This just adds another layer to what Irving's trying to do. He's not just trying to escape, he's trying to save her.
I just keep thinking about optics and design, though. They're playing both sides.
Yeah, those surgical tools. What are they for? Could be to help Irving get out.
Or they could be part of something bigger. Something that could hurt everyone.
Trojan Horse. What if the tools are just a distraction? A way to sneak something else in while Lumon's not looking?
This whole show is about not trusting anyone. Even the people you think are on your side.
Yeah, you never know who's going to betray you. It keeps you guessing the whole time.
You gotta pay attention to every little thing, every word, every look. The writers are always dropping hints.
This whole innie outie thing is so crazy. Like they're the same person, but they're also totally different people.
And now we're starting to see how those two worlds are starting to bleed into each other.
Yeah, like with Irving's paintings. It's his outie who's making him paint those things, sending those messages from outside Lumon.
And now Dylan's getting pulled into it too, thanks to Irving's message. Now he's starting to question everything.
Makes you wonder about Severance itself, doesn't it? Is it really possible to just cut someone in half like that?
Is there some part of them that's still connected? Some part that can't be severed?
I mean, look at Mark's dreams. They're all mixed up with his memories from outside.
And Helly, she tries so hard to fit in, but it's like some part of her outie is rebelling against the whole thing.
It's like their outies are trying to reach them, trying to tell them something. But what? And why?
That's the big question, isn't it? Are these people just pawns in some game they don't even know they're playing?
Do they even have any control over what happens to them?
I think it's probably a little bit of both. They're stuck in this system, but they're also fighting back against it.
That's what makes this show so interesting. That tension between doing what you're told and trying to break free.
I think we all feel that in our own lives sometimes, like at work or in relationships.
But in Severance, it's like a million times more intense.
And it makes you think, what would you do if you were in their shoes?
Exactly.
Keep coming up with your own theories. And don't be afraid to challenge everything you think you know.
Because in this show, nothing is as it seems. If you haven't seen it yet, check out Severance on Prime Video.
You can sign up for a free 30-day trial using the link in the description. And let us know what you think in the comments. We love hearing from you.